these are kind of hard to see. Ariana Granola has a chokehold on me. Oh my god. Just okay, just like hear me out. Hi. Hello. Welcome back to my witch obsession. And in today's Pick a Crystal reading, we will be asking, or rather we'll be getting love messages for you. And kind of think of it as like love guidance, love messages, it's like all of the love readings, but kind of like condensed into one more brief reading. But I don't know, like I've just been feeling like a more like stripped back, simple reading, more like vibes, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's just like I feel like this is just like the fun part of tarot, Like it's when tarot is like just I don't know, like this is just what I've been feeling. How about that? But yeah, so we have 4 piles today. We have pile 1 with this tiger's eye crystal point. I don't know why I said crystal, but I said it. Pile 2 with this angel aura point. I believe it's called angel aura. It's so hard to see. I know in this lighting. I just trust that, like, but if you don't, I'm so sorry. And then pile 3 with this green adventuring. It is so hard to like see. I'm trying to like show you, but the lamp that I have here, it just like shines down. I don't know. And then pile 4 with this amethyst point, kind of like shining it towards the light. Okay, I'm hoping to like the blue ocean and sky that you saw the crystals. If you didn't, I'm so sorry. I need better lighting. I need a ring light. But yeah, if you have chosen your crystal, you may proceed to your reading. The timestamps will be in the description box as always. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe on the way down there. But other than that, if you want to listen to me ramble for an extra minute or two, then hi. Oh my gosh, you guys. So I was trying to film Thursday night after a night out. And no, not like a night out. Like I just went out with friends and we went to a restaurant. No, I didn't. I was the driver. I don't get down like that. But, I came home and I was trying to film and I was like, girl, this is easily going to be the worst video I'll have ever filmed in my whole life. I cannot put this out there for the internet to see. I don't claim this. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to take a break. Just sit it out, okay? Because I was thinking filming that day because I knew that was when I'd have the most time, the most motivation, and it was just a complete flop. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to wait till Monday. And it's actually Saturday while I'm filming this because I just like got this burst of motivation. And like I was just like, oh my god, I need to film right now. But yeah, I don't know. I also wanted today's reading to be kind of laid back. When I was trying to film, the reading was just all over the place. I was like rushing. I was stumbling over my words. There were background noises. I was like, girl, I'd be pissed if I was watching this reading. I would go to the comment section and be like, what is going on? But, but I also feel like, aside from that, all that, I feel like these past few days have been very liberating, emotionally, mentally, all of the above. I just feel so much better because I was talking in the chat last night with my besties and like they called me out on something and it was just such a productive thought process for me because like it made me realize how angry I've been and how I've been like hanging on to things, holding grudges. But like honestly, the best way, at least the thing that's helping me let go of grudges, is realizing that by holding a grudge, you are letting that person that you're holding a grudge against have control over you. And that just like really set me in because I was like, I am not trying to let any more people control me, okay? But yeah. I don't know, like it feels nice. April has such a good vibe to it. I feel like March was like very unpredictable and like kind of nerve-wracking, but April just seems to be like like normal and like you're coming down from that high and like then things will get better in May. I don't know. If you feel the same way, you should let me down below. You should let me know down below. Thank you. There we go. But other than that, I will see you at your reading. Thank you for listening if you listen to that. See Is you there? Is you there? Oh my gosh. Hello, pile one. If you chose this tiger's eye point, then this is going to be your love messages. This lighting, I don't know. I just really like this lighting. It makes me feel like a friend is doing the reading for me, or like that's how I assume it'd feel. But like, I don't know. Love messages for pile one. Love messages for pile one. I also like that I have more control over the lighting. Love messages for pile one. Alright. We have flirt. And we also have influence. So you could be like meeting new people, pile one, or you could be in the situation where you're being I do feel like with the influence card, there are people who are interested in you that are talking about you. And I also feel like with the flirt card, you may be somebody who is like not very aware of when people are flirting with you. You may like sometimes be oblivious. I hope that word doesn't come off wrong. I don't want the word oblivious to have like this like weird negative connotation to it. But what I'm trying to say is like, you may not be aware when people are flirting with you. And with the influence card, I do think that you're a talk of the town kind of moment right now. But I also feel like this is kind of saying that like your love life have more of a casual air to it as of right now. And that might be because there just seems to be conversation, like gossip. I don't know. And I wouldn't say it's like bad gossip, you know? I mean, not to say gossip can be good, you know what I'm saying? But the fact of the matter is that we all do it. And you know, I don't think that people are like just like going in on you behind your back, but it just feels as if though like people noticed you is what I'm trying to say, pile one. People have noticed you. People know what you're up to right now. Not like what you're up to, but like they just see like your progress. They see how much more you've evolved. They see how much better you've been doing. Especially if there are people that you've cut off, they're probably like, oh my gosh, you know, I feel like people have noticed that you've been making progress, especially if it comes to love. You know, if you had a recent drama in like love triangles or like love situations, you know. But yeah, let's get into the tarot. Like I said, I wanted today's reading to be really stripped back and kind of like casual, a little bit more brief. I hope that isn't too loud. Oof. But yeah, it seems as if though, like, this has, like, a very casual air to it. Obviously, I want to get into the tarot to kind of, like, clarify things, but, like, that's just what I'm feeling so far. Because whenever I think of this card with the flirt, it makes me think of, like, seeing your options and seeing who is around, you know, kind of like a dating apps vibe. And obviously, you don't have to be participating in those, but it's just kind of that vibe, you know, seeing what's going on, you know, seeing what's happening. And kind of like, you know, putting yourself out there slowly but surely. Alright. What? Some love messages for pile one. Some love messages for pile one. Love messages for pile one. I love the sound of shuffling cards. I don't know about y'all. Anyways, let's go. We have the Tower. King of Swords. 5 of Swords. 2 of Pentacles. 6 of Swords. The World. 2 of Cups. Wow. And 6 of Cups. So... and we also have Knight of Pentacles. There could be an earth sign around you. But I'm feeling like with the Knight of Pentacles, honestly, pile one, I'm feeling like this casual air that I keep like reiterating is very relevant, obviously. But because it seems as if though with the Knight of Pentacles, you're probably focused on career and you're probably focused on other aspects of your life. Perhaps your household. Because whenever I pull the King of Swords, I immediately think of a father figure. I don't know, every single time I do readings for people, the King of Swords, like 8 times out of 10 is referring to a critical father figure or something like that, you know? Or just like this, like overly critical, sometimes overbearing masculine energy that is just like kind of has these, like, this way with words, and is just so sometimes toxic. Obviously, take that as it applies, and if it doesn't resonate, then leave it. But I do feel as if though that some people that are watching this pile, this that is like a huge message. And the obviously that's not like a message, it's more like an update. But I feel like the message in that is saying that you could be dealing with your household. You know what I mean? Is family could be involved, and not like in your love life, but saying that like perhaps the reason why your love life has sort of taken a back burner is because you are so focused on other things. But I do feel as if though with the 2 of Cups and 6 of Cups, maybe for some of you you're hung up on somebody, or you're hung up on like a past situation, and I don't feel as if though it's like, oh, like you're in love with them and you want to get back with them. But like with the 6 of Swords, it just seems as if though it's somebody you're still moving on from, and it's still something that you are coming to terms with. And for some of you, you could still very much be like still into your ex or something of the sorts. Obviously, I know that's also a very touchy subject, so once again, if that does not resonate, leave it. But yeah, with the 5 of Pentacles, it just seems as if though like maybe you felt kind of like, no pun intended, but maybe you feel like you've been dealt like the worst hand of cards when it comes to love. Sorry, I was thinking of a way to phrase that. And when I say that, I just feel as if though maybe some of you feel like, oh my gosh, I'll never find the one, or is that really realistic for me, or something like that. I feel like maybe pile one, you're too logical for your own good. Maybe sometimes you think so much that you forget to feel. And once again, that could be because of this masculine air energy that I was talking about. But for others of you, this could be somebody that's around you, depending on, what you're interested in. I feel as if though maybe the King of Swords could be talking about a specific Libra or Gemini or Aquarius. Y'all best be careful with the air signs. They be making us fall in love. Like, I swear, Aquariuses are dangerous. And if you're an Aquarius, you're dangerous. But, I just think that with this 5 of Pentacles, it seems as if though you feel very left out, or you feel as if though you've been dealt, like, you got the short end of the stick in love. Maybe you sometimes even take it out on yourself. I'm feeling like there's like this under air, like this atmosphere of being hard on yourself, or like sometimes even blaming the circumstances on yourself, like, oh my gosh, why haven't I found anyone? Like, it must be something with me, and this can manifest pretty differently for depending on who's watching this. I'm not saying that across the board all of you are just like hating on yourself. What I'm trying to say is that sometimes you're too difficult on yourself, and you feel as if though maybe like your standards are too high, or that kind of vibe of feeling like, oh, like there must be something wrong with my standards, or maybe this and that, when in reality I feel as if though maybe some of you have been disappointed several times in your love life, and it's just, instead of maybe it's these people, and I just like instead of saying these people are so bad at stepping up to the occasion, because I do feel as if though with the 2 of Pentacles, you're more than willing to step up to an occasion. Obviously, I don't feel as if though your love life is something that you hyperfixate on, or something that you don't think about that much, or at the very least something that you don't really like invest into too much. I feel as if though your love life is something that you passively think about, and you think about like something that you really want. What I'm trying to say is like, it's probably not something that like you completely obsess over 24/7 and you can't do anything else. But it's just something that is probably a very big deal to you, or it's something that with time you feel as if though you should invest into it, or something that you realize is important to you. And I feel as if though with that being said, with the 2 of Pentacles, you're perfectly fine at balancing somebody into your love life, you're just like your regular life. If you work all the time, then you still make the time to talk to somebody. You'd still make the effort to be romantic, and do what you can, and things of the sorts. But it's like you're willing to do all this, yet you still feel as if though like there's something about you that needs to change, or there's something about you that you need to like heal. And honestly, I feel as if though the reality of it is that yes, like there are things you can heal, pile one, especially in regards to, for some of you, your father figure, or like masculine energies and how you interpret, how you absorb and how you react to masculine energies. But I'm feeling as though, like, this isn't to say that you're unworthy of love the way you are. It isn't like you have to be this, and that, or you have to be this way to get the relationship of your dreams. Five of Wands. Yes, another five too. I'm feeling like when you're watching this, pile one, you're probably going through a lot of transformations in your love life too with the number fives here. And I also feel like maybe for some of you, you're a little bit indecisive as to what you want in your love life. I feel like maybe there's only a few things that you've defined to yourself in your love life. Like, oh, I want this. And then about like everything else is just kind of like, oh, like, I don't know. And maybe for some of you with the World card and the Tower card, I'm feeling as if though, like, you've had some monumental events that have just made you perceive the gender that you like completely differently. Like if you like women, you may have had like a crazy mother or something like that. Or like, if you like men, maybe you had like bad experiences with your father. And I don't want that to come off in like an accusatory or like, oh, like your mom or your dad, like, I just want to be transparent with you because I'm feeling like if you are as logical as this reading is like telling me, I'm feeling like you already know all this stuff, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like this is stuff that you need to hear from another person because it's just like, I feel like it's completely different because I feel like you are a very compassionate and a very considerate person. I feel like you're somebody who really cares. And maybe for the flirt card, you also may be afraid of commitment or you may have like this aversion for commitment, but I'm sensing like across the board, what I'm picking up on is pile one. I feel like you should understand that you need to be easier on yourself when it comes to your love life and that there is no perfect time to meet the partner of your dreams. And, obviously not to say that timing is irrelevant. And I do think that timing is important, but I'm saying that like, this doesn't mean like that you are unworthy of love. It's like a relationship that you have 5 years ago would probably, and in some cases, just be complete like toxic for you if you were to like get in that same relationship now. Like what I'm saying is like you change. Like this is obvious. You be changing. You change things up, and I really don't know how else to put it other than you just change. And so it's unrealistic to believe that like there is nothing for you until you reach a specific point in your journey, your growth, your whatever it may be that you are criticizing yourself for. And I'm feeling as if though once you release that, it'll be just like beautiful. I'm feeling like with the Two of Cups, you would just have like a beautiful relationship with yourself. And when that happens, you will not believe what happens in your love life with this Tower card. The Tower card is about, we all know the Tower card. We've all heard of her. We all see her. Let me not even play with you. It's literally huge changes. It's literally a crazy upheavals. And I feel as if though, the change itself is very uncomfortable. But in the reality of it is that it's probably a very good change. I just noticed we also have the Five of Swords here. I'm picking up on this energy. For some of you, you could have talked to somebody long distance. You could have talked to somebody a while ago. This is somebody that you're not in contact with. I am saying, pile one, like, I'm feeling like you're very difficult to move on from. You don't give yourself enough credit. You are a catch. And you know this, but you don't realize like how stressful and how like taxing emotionally it is to actually try and get over you, especially when someone has had such intimate moments with you or like close like experiences with you. And yeah. Oh, I also realized with the Six of Cups, this further relates to like your household or like your childhood. And I'm just feeling like there's a lot of stuff that you're trying to heal right now, pile one. I feel like there's a lot of stuff that like you feel burdened. Like maybe there's like a sense of hyper independency or feeling as if though like you have to heal everything yourself or you have to do this, and this by yourself, And honestly, I feel like this is kind of like a very nuanced topic because I feel as if though independence is very much like, we love independence. Like independence is great. But at the same time, I feel like we can endorse independence without demonizing, like being with somebody or being codependent or, like emotionally counting on someone. And I'm not saying like, I'm not trying to say like, oh, like being codependent on somebody is like good, or like, you know, relying on somebody emotionally is like amazing, like you should do that or something like that. I'm not trying to say that. What I'm trying to say is that the reality of it is that we are codependent creatures. And why I'm saying this is because we are creatures of flaw. And we, pile one, I know you know better than anybody else your flaws. And I don't want to like, I don't know, like I just feel like the way I'm coming off right now is very critical, and I don't mean for it to come off that way. I'm trying to say that like you should understand that you're human, and you should understand that like you can only do so much, and at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much you've accomplished. If you're doing your best, then you are good enough as is, and you are just as worthy of love as anybody else. One more card here. We also have Three of Cups. Pay attention to friend groups. You may, if you are invested in your love life, and if you are interested in getting into your love life, you just may meet somebody through like a friend of a friend, or through like mutuals. I feel like maybe for some of you this would be like an ideal situation for you anyhow. But I'm feeling like, okay, the biggest thing that I'm picking up on here is, if you're gonna take anything from this reading, I'm sorry, Padawan, I literally just feel like I'm just like being so critical and like mean right now. And like, I'm only saying I'm sorry because I don't want to get carried away and make it sound like I'm like being mean to you or something. But with the Five of Swords, the Two of Cups, the Tower and the World, and the Six of Swords, this heavily leads me to believe that you have faced a breakup like at some point, or that you, maybe for some of you, you've literally gone through a crazy breakup, or some like something just happened, you know. But I also feel as if though like this breakup was very much necessary, and I do think that it provided a lot of context for your love life, and it taught you a lot. And I feel as if though moving on from it has been definitely a process, and something that was kind of like a huge balancing moment. But I also feel like through this, you've really stabilized your life emotionally, because I feel as if though it provided a lot of like perspective. You know, it provided a lot of context for what it is that you want in love, what you don't want, you know, what you seek. I feel as if though like your past relationships, they may have, maybe you haven't been in that many relationships. That's a very specific message. But I feel as if though, regardless of the case, like your relationships have all been very monumental to you, and very like important. Not like the person, but the situations, because I feel as if though they were very important lessons for your love life, and how you navigate your love life, and how you feel about the gender that you're attracted to. And I'm feeling like it's just like this beautiful message of like, pile one, like you're doing an amazing job of healing your love life, and by doing so you're attracting like soulmate energy, you know. And I don't mean for it to like, I know like it can be like kind of like iffy to hear like, oh, you're gonna meet your soulmate in like a reading like this, but I am sensing that like you have the potential to attract someone like that. And I'm not saying like you're gonna meet your soulmate, but for some of you, if that's what you're interested in, that's what you want to attract, you are being like, you are doing the work on yourself, and you're like sharpening your tools to attract just that, and bring in beautiful situations. Because I always see the Six of Cups as like a very soulmate oriented card, you know, someone that you feel like you've known forever, and just, you know better than anyone else, and you know what I'm talking about. Leave those people behind the past, and leave anyone and anyone that made you feel like your love life was something that you didn't want it to be. Just leave those behind, because ultimately, pile one, I think the biggest message here is that past experiences, past situations, and past people do not define your future, and they do not define how you will forever feel about this particular topic, and how you will feel about yourself, because slowly you are releasing them. You may not realize it, but you are getting rid of it, you are letting go of it, you are releasing it, and by doing so, like I said, you're attracting beautiful situations, and also just like a lot of fulfillment, and a lot of opportunities to like be out there, and like travel, and like move, you know. It doesn't even have to be about love like that. Sometimes like the world card I just see as like literally the world. So you may meet someone abroad, or you may meet someone through traveling, or you may meet someone in a foreign land. And I'm feeling this because like, I feel as if though maybe like you guys are intellectuals, and maybe you feel like, well, you are intellectual, but I feel like you would want to be with somebody that is like from a different background than you. Not for like, just because like you have like this like, you seem to really like learning, and you seem to really like, like exchanging and having enrichment with people that like maybe you like like it's a different culture, it's for somebody that like it's a different culture that like then yourself. I don't know how to explain it. It's just like you love learning about other people and what they've been through and how they see the world based on their experiences, their culture, and their background. And they could be a fixed sign, so they could be like a Scorpio, Aquarius, Leo, or Taurus. Lots of air here too, so they could, like, emphasis on Aquarius, and they could also be a Libra or a Gemini. I am sensing that maybe you guys have like a very detached chart. Maybe you have like a lot of earth or air in your big three or your Venus sign, or like in your rising sign. You could have like a very like earthy or like airy seventh house. So like your seventh house could be like, I don't know, but what I'm trying to say is like you could be somebody who like has a very particular relationship with your emotions because maybe you are such a logical and like finicky person when it comes to your feelings, and you probably try to make sense of all your feelings all the time. But just let yourself feel for now, pile one, because whether you realize it or not, like I said, you're making a lot of progress. That is all I have for you, pile one. I hope the reading resonated. I hope you like this style. If you do, definitely let me know in the comments down below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Other than that, I love you so much. Bye. Hello, pile 2. If you chose this Angel Aura Quartz, I don't know what it's called. I know it's Angel Aura something. Then this is going to be your reading for your love messages. Love messages for pile 1. I'm doing a completely different style today. I just want to do this. Yeah. Love messages for pile 2. Love messages for pile 2. Alright. We have control. And we also have gifts. So, pile 2 with the control card, I'm feeling as if though you guys may have had like this kind of like obsession with your love life. I'm feeling like with the control card, maybe you're somebody who I'm sensing a lot of impatience with your love life or like just things related. It just gives me the sense that like maybe like I don't really know, like I'm feeling like I'm drawing up a lot of weird blanks here because I feel as if though like you're controlling your love life or you're controlling something, or there's this theme of control over something just for the sake of controlling it and seeing results, as opposed to putting one's health, happiness, and true satisfaction in the like forefront. It's the sense of like being in control just for the sake of being in control and getting that self-satisfaction of seeing things go your way. But I'm feeling like with the gifts card, for some of you, like, okay, this is like this reading is gonna feel like, I feel like it's gonna be all over the place, but I have the feeling you can keep up. With the gifts card, I do think that like in the near future you will be receiving gifts. I do feel like your next partner will be somebody who really likes getting you gifts, really likes spoiling you. I'm feeling like with the gifts card too, it seems as if though like you guys have like a knack for gift giving or like receiving gifts. I feel like maybe you guys are gonna be like my hopeless romantics, or that you guys just really love, or like you guys just love anything related to like beauty and money and things like that. Very like Venusian theme. So you could be a Taurus or you could be a Libra. But with the control card, I'm feeling like for some of you, you may be overexerting your control, or you may be forcing answers out of the universe, or you may be trying to force answers out of your love life. Like, when am I going to meet my next partner? Who is coming up next? What's next? Think like those kind of themes, and obviously they manifest from person to person very differently. So I just want to say, like, take that how it resonates. I feel like this could be like very like, it could be very small or very big. It could be as big as like casting love spells and like going in, or it could be as small as like subtly looking at every person that passes you by in the store and be like, oh my god, they're in love with me. But I'm just feeling as if though pile 2, it's very important that you just kind of let go of this control or this need to see results in your love life, because whether you see it or not, things are manifesting for you and things are changing around you, especially within your physical realm. Because I feel as if though with the gift card, it's like obviously it like refers to gifts, so that's how I'm taking it. But I feel as if though nothing really good comes out of trying to constantly exert control, because it just leads to more disappointments, you know? You're constantly putting expectations on everything. You're constantly wanting something to be a specific way. You're constantly wanting something to happen at a specific time, at a specific place. And it's just like when those circumstances aren't, or when those expectations don't match up to the circumstances, then it just leads to a lot of extra disappointment. And that all on its own just manifests more unfavorable positions or more disappointments, and further just like it's like this vicious loophole of like, you know, being disappointed but then wanting to exert even more control to avoid that disappointment, when you could just release yourself from wanting everything to be a specific way and just letting everything fold more organically, you know? And this isn't to say that like you shouldn't have expectations for your love life, because I truly do believe not having standards in your love life can be very dangerous. But I also just feel as if though like there is a certain point where it is too much, or it is like overwhelming, even for yourself, you know? It's just let yourself enjoy these things and let yourself enjoy the moment more. All right. Whew. I love the sound of card shuffling. I told this to pile 1, but I love it. We love it. What's going on in love for pile 2? Love messages for pile 2. Love messages for pile 2. Would it drive you crazy if I started shuffling like a crazy person like this? No, that's not my vibe. I like shuffling calm, depending on my mood, but most of the time calm. Just so relaxing, like ASMR moment. Like, oh, I just bumped into the camera. Anyways, love messages for pile 2. 2 of Swords. 6 of Wands, 7 of Pentacles, Justice, 7 of Wands, the Star, the Fool, ooh, and 3 of Pentacles. What else? So with the Moon card on the bottom of the deck, you could have major Pisces placements in your chart, or also Cancer, or maybe you just have a special relationship with those signs, but whatever the case may be, I'm feeling like pile 2, a lot of stuff regarding your love life and like honestly just like your life in general are being like, how do I say, disclosed right now. There's a lot of things that you don't realize about yourself and the circumstances that are being revealed to you. And what I'm trying to say is that like there's a lot of things going on like that you may not realize. I'm feeling like with the 3 of Pentacles and 7 of Wands, there are people talking about you. There are people that notice you. There are people that see you. There are people that think, oh wow, like this is like very like complex energy. But I just feel like what I'm trying to say here, pile 2, is that you really don't have enough details about your love life. And what I mean by that is like you don't know how everyone feels about you in detail. Like no matter how much they explain it to you, you will truly never understand how these people feel for you. And when I say these people, there are people that are admiring you, perhaps in a work environment or like in school. That's what I'm picking up, but it could be anything, you know? It could be like a community, it could be a club, it could be like, oh, coworker, something of the sorts. I literally just said work, but you know what I mean? Just somebody that like you're in a more professional, more organized, and more like work-oriented environment. And when I say work, it could be like anything that you count as work. But I'm just feeling as if though like somebody in this environment definitely has their eyes on you and they really like you. They like what they see. It could be an Aquarius, it could be a Libra, or you could be an Aquarius or a Libra. But regardless of the case here, I'm feeling like I don't mean to like be like, oh, there's this person that really likes you, pile 2. But I truly do believe that there are people that have their eye on you. I'm not saying that you're gonna get with these people, or like you may even know, or like you'll find out who they are, or something of the sorts. What I'm trying to say here is, pile 2, be more receptive to other people's energy and understand that there are people that are very subtle of you and try to play it smooth because they are intimidated by you and they do think that you are somebody with very high standards and you're somebody who is very fair by nature, this Libra energy is really coming through here. Somebody who's very detached and somebody who isn't afraid to say things how they are. And because of that, I do feel as if though, like, anyone that has ever caught feelings for you has never said a word. There are people that have walked this earth and like at the same time as you, and you will never know how they felt about you because they were so scared of like your rejection, because you just seem like the type of person that, like, if somebody came at you and you're like, no, I don't want you, bye, you know. 10 of Pentacles, beautiful energy here. I do feel as if though, like with the 10 of Pentacles, this is kind of the energy that may be coveted or an energy that is desirable for you. I'm feeling like a lot of you would love to, like, with the Justice card, maybe some of you would like to get married, or like you really fancy the idea of marriage, or like, you know, just like that serious commitment. I know marriage isn't for for everybody, but I'm feeling like for you, Pile 2, it's like maybe like if you don't like marriage, then I do feel as if though like you just are into big commitment and just like really tying the knot. And I'm feeling like with the Fool card, I feel like maybe with it being next to the 3 of Pentacles, with the work and the school, maybe some of you have like started a new journey regarding those things, and that's definitely expanded your horizons and have like placed more eyes on you. I'm feeling like maybe some of you like started a like new job, or like you applied to new jobs, or you know, like you have a second job that you just got into, or like, you know, you've gone to a new school or something like that. But I also feel like it really could manifest differently based on who's watching this. So I'm going to keep that a little bit more loose-ended so that you can apply it how it resonates. But I am just feeling like you started a lot of new journeys, and it doesn't even matter what kind of new journeys they are. It's pretty safe to say that there are people that have had their eyes on you. Whether that be like secret admirers or people that just like really see you, you know. It doesn't even have to be people that are like romantically, sexually attracted to you. Just people that just notice you and they're like, wow, they look good. Or like, wow, who is that? You know, just that kind of vibe. Because I do feel like with the Libra energy here and like the Aquarius, just all this air energy and also this fire energy, I'm feeling like you guys probably would love to hear that. And I feel like you're just like twirling your hair right now. You're like, girl, don't even get me started. But I do feel as if though there are a lot of shifts happening in your love life right now. And I feel like you feel it because of the 2 of Swords. I'm feeling like you feel really just indecisive, and you just don't know how to go about your love life right now. You don't know how you can manifest more. You don't know how you can attract somebody. You don't know how, you know, like what I'm trying to say is like you may not know how to approach your love life. That is what I'm trying to say there. And what else? Page of Pentacles. Yes, like, girl, do you see the way this figure is like looking at that pentacle? Literally, can it focus, please? You get the vibe. I just feel like this is you, Pile 2. There's something or somebody that you're really coveting, or there's somebody else that is just looking at you just way, like, apply it how you see it. But when I say that, you know who I'm talking about. So there you go. I also just feel like the control aspect that I was talking about in the beginning of the reading, the reason why I probably said, like, the reason that probably came through is because you want this so badly. So you just feel like, oh, it's not coming to me, or oh, it's not happening, or something like that. I have to take matters into my own hands, you know? When realistically, you can be receptive, and you have done a lot more work on yourself than you realize, Pile 2. Oh my gosh. Let me see. The Sun card. Oh my gosh. Beautiful energy here. Let's not lie here. I also see the Knight of Cups. And I don't mean for this to... I really don't want this reading to come off as like a reading that is potentially like feeding delusions or whatever it is that like you like tarot readings can do. What I'm trying to say here is that like the overall message is that like there is something coming towards you. And it may not be like a huge like proposal or offering, but it doesn't even have, like, this Knight of Cups doesn't even have to be somebody directly coming towards you and, you know, asking you on a date. It could be like, you know, you get a new job, or like your friend is like, hey, you want to go out here, or like you want to apply to this job instead. and through that you meet somebody else, you know, and through that, that is kind of how you would get that romantic gesture and how you would end up like meeting somebody, especially since like previously in the reading I was talking about you could potentially meet somebody through like work or school, and it would lead to some pretty beautiful situations. The Sun card is a gorgeous card. We all know her, okay? And I'm just feeling like with the Sun card and the Knight of Cups, there are going to be, like, I'm feeling like the way your life works, maybe the smallest changes, like, cause the biggest results. You know, I feel like you're the kind of person where, like, little changes really do make up your whole day, or it's, like, the little things for you that really change everything for you or really, like, sell you out. And, you know, maybe, like, this once again applies to, like, the hopeless romantic. I feel like somebody just like opening a door for you would like make you swoon, and it's just like you're not really interested, and somebody like proposing to you in like a huge stadium, but like maybe somebody just like, you know, like paying for the bill, or you know, like holding your hand, or you know, like just like thoughtful gestures probably really do it for you. And you may be somebody who really likes thoughtful gestures as like a love language, but I digress. What I'm trying to say here is that like these little actions and these little things and like your appreciation for little things matters a lot, because I feel as if though these little changes that are happening in your life right now, you may see as like, oh my gosh, like I got it, I got the job, or I got this, or I got that. But you really don't realize that that is not the end of it, you know? That is not the end of all the good things that are coming to you. Six of Wands, I just like feel like it's one of the most favorable cards in tarot, especially for a reading like this. And I don't mean to like hype you up or nothing, pile two, but like the reality of it is that the more you release control, the faster your manifestations come towards you. I'm actually no. I was gonna pull more cards, but I don't think I'm going to. Ace of Cups. Oh my gosh. Pile 2. Like, this is just such, like, favorable cards for a reading like this. And once again, I don't feel as if though, like, these are offerings that are just, like, gonna come to you naturally. I feel as if though you have to continue to release control, and you have to continue to be easier on yourself and the circumstances. So, be careful is to not, like, get lost with an indecision, you know? Don't let, like... This is a very specific message. Just because, like, somebody approaches you and is, like, asks you on a date, don't settle for it if this person isn't, like, the person of your dreams, you know? If you look at this person and you're just like, oh, like, he's alright, but he asked me out, so let's, you know, see where this goes. Pile 2, trust your gut. I'm sorry, but, like, you know better than anyone else. You are too smart for your own good. You know the tea. You literally know. You know who you are. You know your worth. You know what you want. So if something comes towards you and it isn't what you want, don't accept it just because it's giving you the feelings that you want. Because ultimately, like, I don't know how I can articulate this. What I'm trying to say is like, the right person should give you the right things. The wrong person shouldn't give you the right things, or the right person shouldn't give you the wrong things. It should be the right person gives you the right things. Sorry. But like, I'm getting all mad. Not mad, but you know, I'm just getting really into this. But I feel like it's like, just like, keep at your progress, you know? With the Seven of Pentacles, you've done so much work on yourself emotionally, mentally, career-wise, financially, just everything. You've done so much work on yourself, and you've done so much to get to where you are now. So it's like, instead of selling yourself short just for like whatever like opportunity comes at you next, just for like the sake of like getting movement, getting feels, you know, having a moment, you know, look at the bigger picture and understand that like this small little fling that you have, despite the fact that it could be really fun and like pleasure inducing, and it's like, obviously you can do whatever it is that you want to do. If you want to indulge in like, you know, flings or like hookups or something like that, that's totally up to you, pile 2. What I'm saying is that like, if you're also focused on getting to the end, you know, like being in a commitment or, you know, being serious, then like all these little situations are going to really like slow down the process and make the manifestation like move at a snail's pace. And you know, if you're okay with that, then, you know, do it. But also like, the delayed gratification is very much worth it, especially because it is something that would bring lots of good into your life. It would be literally beautiful. Like, do you not see all these cards? Like, these are beautiful cards, and like, it's just not worth something other than this. You know what I mean? Oh, I just bumped into the camera. Sorry. But we also have the judgment card down here. I'm feeling like with the judgment card, you may also be very hard on yourself, or you may be very like, it's just like, instead of being hard on yourself, why don't you be hard on the standards, you know? And I'm not saying like be mean or anything like that, not like that. But like, you know, instead of being difficult with yourself or being critical of yourself, why don't you transmute that energy into something more productive, and is to defining your standards. Pile 2, I'm feeling like what I'm trying to say here is that the way that you can really expedite your love life and start attracting what it is that you want, because I do feel as if though like you guys are looking for something, or you're waiting to start a new journey. If you are looking to manifest a new journey, it starts with you being easier on yourself, and it starts with you being a lot less critical of yourself and showing yourself more compassion, and also really recognizing how far you've come, and really understanding that like all the progress you've made is a result of like your blood tears and your energy and your time. So don't let somebody come into your life and get all of that just for free, you know? Instead of making like I just want to be in a relationship so bad, so I'll settle for the next person that comes towards me, you know? Don't do that. And I know like maybe me saying it sounds crazy, but like when you really like look at how you have perceived your love life, and maybe how you've indulged into it in the past, like you may realize that that's maybe what you've done, but like just like in a different fashion, you know? It doesn't have to be literally that, but just understand that like if you push off if you like pass the little moments, or you pass the like 1 month long flings, you could really enter into like a beautiful relationship full of romance, full of happiness, full of feelings that maybe you feel like you never would feel ever in this lifetime. You know, it's just like we have Libra energy here. Libra is literally ruled by Venus. You would have beautiful energy in your life. And you know, even if you don't like manifest the relationship that you're looking for right away, or you know, within the next few months or so, you'll still get away from it with a lot of self-love and a lot of compassion and appreciation for yourself, which in turn, like, how would that not attract love and abundance and relationships and romance, you know? How would it not, you know? It's like oil attracts, like oil clings to oil and water clings to water, you know? You wouldn't clean off sunscreen with water, you'd clean it off with oil, you know? That's just how it works, you know? Use the right substances, use the right techniques, use the right feelings and methods when it comes to self-love to attract what it is that you're looking for, you know, Pile 2? And stop being so hard on yourself, and stop trying to control the circumstances. Stop trying to, you know, sway things in one direction for your favor, or for your ego, or for something, you know? Sacrifice the feeling of movement for something even bigger. Sacrifice the little victories for the big one, you know? Just, that's all I'm gonna say. That's what I'm picking up for you, Pile 2. Understand that like something big is gonna come your way, but right now, like, it's very important that you take a look at your standards and what it is that you're looking for. Define what you want in your love life. When you define what you want in your love life, it will be brought to you. But I feel like right now maybe you're a little bit indecisive as to what you're looking for in a partner. You're just saying, I want a partner, not I want this, this, and this in a partner. So yeah, that's all I have for you, Pile 2. I hope the reading resonated. If you like this style of reading, do let me know. Oh my gosh, I keep making that mistake. Do let me know in the comments down below. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. I love you. Bye. Also comment, and subscribe. Hello, Pile 3. If you chose this green adventurine, I'm trying to get this shine on the light, then this is going to be your love messages reading. Love messages for Pile 3. I'm keeping today's reading really stripped back. I've been saying that like throughout the whole video, but like I don't know about you guys, but I've just been so drawn towards like a more minimalist and kind of like laid back reading. But it's just how I've been feeling, you know? It's not gonna be this way forever. Love messages for Pile 3. We have influence and we have patience. So with influence, I'm feeling like it gives me this vibe of just people hogging on you to meet someone. I'm feeling like with the patience card, I don't think you guys are particularly in a hurry to get into a relationship or meet someone. And whether or not that's on the agenda, I'm feeling like it's one of those things where it's like, yes, I would like that. You know, even if you really want it, I don't feel as if though you guys are still in a hurry, because I feel like you guys are very patient, and I feel like you very much understand that like you would like to find the correct person and take the correct steps and go about it the correct way, or at least the ways that you deem as correct and suitable for you and your needs. And I'm feeling like with this influence card, it seems to go a bunch of different ways, and I think that there are a bunch of different like messages that come from this one card. But the main two that I'm picking up on is, one, I'm feeling like there are people trying to push you to into a relationship, or there are people that are talking about like your relationship status, especially for some of you. If you like just got out of a relationship, people are like, oh, like they're single now, you know. And on the other hand, I feel as if though there are other people who have their eye on you and are talking about you, and they could be waiting to make a move on you. Obviously that's like a very particular message, but I do think that it's very relevant in this reading, because it just seems as if though, regardless of the situation and what like you're going through, it's pretty safe to say that there are people looking at you, and there are people that are like watching you and even, you know, gossiping about you. And I do think that with the patience card, it's just like you're obviously, I don't think that you guys are very concerned about entertaining these people, or you're very concerned about what these people know. I very much think that you're moving at the pace that you're comfortable in, which is amazing. We love that for you. But it just seems as if though like your relationships are something that you put on the back burner, not because you don't care about it, but because you want it to unfold more organically, and you want it to be one of those things that just kind of like happens, instead of like, you know, like you're actively looking for it or something like that. I'm sure you know what I mean. But what a vibe. Especially if you like chose the green adventuring. If you did, like, if you're really drawn to that crystal, like perhaps you're just like focused on other things like work, or like, you know, money, or there's other things that are just soliciting your time, you know, like you could be like really invested in your career. You could be, you know, moving or something, just something of that nature, you know. It doesn't have to be those things, but it's just, the point is that you're pretty much focused on other things besides love. But I do feel as if though like it's still like a relevant conversation to you, because I feel like you guys like don't mind relationships, or, you know, you clicked on this video, you know. I do feel as if though like love has like a space in your heart and head, but just right now it's just not at the forefront. I don't know how to explain it. It's just like, it's not that you guys don't care about it. It's just that like you care so much about it that you don't want to force it. I love the sound of shuffling cards. It's just so pretty. All right. Love messages for pile 3. Love messages for pile 3. Love messages for pile 3. We have the 2 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, Judgment, 10 of Wands, Ace of Wands, 10 of Swords, lots of 10s, 9 of Cups, and Queen of Wands. I'm feeling like if you were to meet somebody, it would definitely be through like a professional means, or like not professional means, but like through like a community, or through like a very like community oriented things, like school, work, things of the sorts, even church for some of you. But I'm also picking up on, I'm feeling like you guys have like a very like traditional take on relationships, and not like in a bad way, you know, like, you know, they just, I'm feeling like you guys like have like a very like rigid perspective on relationships, and you guys have very stubborn like non-negotiable needs when it comes to relationships, and perhaps that's why you're so patient with this, and perhaps that's why you are letting things kind of unfold naturally. And I feel like you could also be involved with a Taurus, or you yourself could be a Taurus. I'm feeling like you guys just like, you like a proper dynamic. You like a clear, I don't know, like the way you view your love life and you view relationships. It's like you have like a very stubborn perspective on them. And like, what I mean by that is you're not really looking to negotiate parts of yourself anymore. I'm sensing like this very like, I'm done, like, bending myself over backwards for people. I'm done negotiating. I'm done, like trying to meet people who like don't want to meet me when it comes to 50-50, things like that. I just feel like that's also like, playing into that patience thing. Ooh, the guarded card is right under it. Right under it says guarded. So yeah, I do think that right now, I'm feeling like with all the tens here too, some of you could have also went through a breakup recently. I know I mentioned that earlier, but I feel like it's very relevant. Yeah, you could be dealing with a fixed sign, or you could have fixed in your chart. So Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius. I'm feeling like with the Wheel of Fortune, there are definitely a lot of shifts happening in your love life. I'm seeing with the Judgment card, I feel like your love life right now is just like, also we just don't have that many major arcana. Like obviously we have like a few, but it's not like it's not that many. So that once again plays into the narrative of that, like you may not be that invested in your love life right now, or you may not be looking to invest too much into it, because I feel like maybe in the past, like it just like there's a reason why you're not doing it. And it's like obviously that reason is one that's kind of like the loose end of this reading, and that's how like you can apply yourself to this reading, because I feel like if I sat here and listed out all the ways that you could potentially not be like looking for love right now, or like investing too heavily into your love life, is just like it would take all day. We don't have all day. And with the Ace of Wands, I'm also feeling like maybe some of you guys, like this is for some of you, not all of you, but maybe you guys have taken also like a more casual take on your love life. Maybe you guys are like doing like one night stands, or like just meeting people, or like you're just looking for dates. You're not looking for serious commitment. But I do think that like with the Wheel of Fortune, it's like something has really shifted in your love life, how you perceive your love life, and what you deem as to be fit for you, and what would make you happy. What would be your wish come true? Who is your dream woman or man, man or woman? That makes more sense. But with the Queen of Wands, regardless of your gender identification, I do feel as if though like you're embodying like this very like fiery, very passionate, like feminine energy when it comes to your love life. I feel like it's this vibe of like, if you're not gonna serve, or if you're not gonna slay and like sweep me off my feet, then just like get out of my face. Like there's so many people out there. There's billions of people on this earth, and it's just like, girl. Yeah, Seven of Wands. I'm feeling like Seven of Wands and the 10 of Swords. I almost wonder if you guys have like, once again, like this narrative of like a breakup. And for some of you, like the reason this breakup happened could have been something pretty crazy. It could have been like betrayal or something like that, talking behind your back, or however that applies to you. And I feel like with the Seven of Wands, like in your love life, you feel like very alone, or you feel as if though like your perspectives, your standards, your emotions and thoughts regarding your love life, maybe you feel like kind of like criticized, or you feel like very burdened. I'm feeling like if you have gone through a breakup, maybe you really invested into the person that you are broken up with, and now it's just like all these burdens of like going through all these transformations and changes. I'm feeling like if you are like a person with a lot of fixed in your chart, you're probably just like drawn, like you have probably gone through a lot, especially like in March. I feel like the fixed signs like went through so much in March. Like I know I did. We also have Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles leads me to believe that like once again you can meet this person through like work, or through like a collaboration project, or with somebody that like you just meet through like school or something. And maybe for some of you, like there could be a coworker, or there's somebody that like is in a class of yours, or something of that nature, somebody who you're in a group with, or something of the sorts. It could even just be like a friend of a friend, like a group chat. I feel like there is somebody that definitely has their eye on you, and they find you to be very physically attractive. They could be very like, like sexually drawn to you, And obviously that's like a very like specific message, so take it as it resonates. I will say, even if it isn't like a specific person that finds you attractive, I do believe like that I'm picking up on there are a lot of people, like I wouldn't say these people want to like commit to you or like anything like that. They just see you as very attractive. They see you like on the grind. I feel like you guys are probably very invested in your career and work right now, like I said earlier. And because of this self-investment, I'm feeling like the effects of it is you look so good right now. Like I feel like people are like looking at you. It's like, you know what I mean? Like it's like that F-boy look where they're like biting their lip, like squinting an eye and all, and it's just like, you know what I mean? Just like looking at you some type of way, like they're checking you out. They like what they see. And I'm feeling like a lot of people like wishes they could make an offering to you, or there are people that want to make offerings to you. One more. Yes, obviously with the Ace of Swords, obviously. I don't know why I said that word. But with Ace of Swords, I do feel as if though there are people that want to like communicate with you, and there are people that want to talk to you, And I wouldn't even say it's like in the name of like a serious commitment or, something of that nature. But rather just somebody wants to like, get to know you and see what you're all about. It makes me think of like dating apps. You could be on dating apps just for like the casual nature of it, or you like seeing just what's around or something like that. Obviously, like if that doesn't resonate, don't take it. But what I'm trying to like convey with that message is just that idea of seeing who's around. And I feel like a lot of people are looking at you. I'm feeling like if you do have dating apps, like I don't think that you're particularly invested in them. Once again, I feel like maybe you get on them once in a blue moon, but there are a lot of people that scroll past you on dating apps and they're like, oh, who's this? And that's obviously if you're in dating apps. If you're not on dating apps, this still like applies in the sense that like in person and like in person run-ins, there are people that look at you and they really want to know what you're all about. I want to ask more about this Ten of Swords, actually. Ooh, Ace of Cups, too. My gosh. We have, like, almost all the aces here. But anyways, what is this Ten of Swords? Tell me more about this Ten of Swords. Tell me more about this Ten of Swords. What is this Ten of Swords? The reason I'm asking about the Ten of Swords is because I feel like it's just, like, there's so much about it because it's, like, obviously, like, the loudest card in the reading. At least in my eyes. I'm also going to ask about the Nine of Cups, actually. We have Seven of Cups and the Chariot. It definitely seems as if, though, like, you've made a lot of movement in other aspects of your life. For some of you, if you did go through a breakup, I'm feeling like you may have lived with this person and you moved out. But they could be a Cancer or you could be a Cancer. And also with the Seven of Cups, I once again think that like there's a lot of illusions that have probably played out in your love life and a lot of confusing situations that have played out in your love life. And possibly just like maybe now like with all the ending cards here, like all the tens and the Chariot card, I'm feeling as if though like regardless of whether or not the breakup is like a relevant context in this reading to you, pile 3, and for some of you, I do think that it will resonate. But for those that don't, like, this is for everyone, but this is especially for those people that, like, if that did not resonate, I'm feeling as if though, like, there's a sense of, like, movement in your love life, and I feel like possibilities have opened up. Perhaps some of you moved to like a new area or something, or you started something new. It's like with the Three of Pentacles and the Hierophant, you could have started a new job, you could have be in a new school or something like that. I always go to like work and school, but like I do want to say that it could really be anything, but it's just like the point is like you may have started new projects and now like your options have potentially expanded. I also want to ask about this Nine of Cups. Tell me more about this Nine of Cups. What is this Nine of Cups? What is this Nine of Cups? We have the Four of Cups and Four of Swords. Amazing. And the reason why I really like this combination is because once again, like Four of Swords and Four of Cups, it just once again like reinforces that narrative of somebody who is taking a break and thinking about what it is that they want and just taking a huge break. Perhaps for some of you, like you were like being a serial dater, or like you were really on it with your love life, and I'm feeling as if though like it really took a toll on you, because let's be honest, y'all, like having a bunch of like people in your phone is kind of stressful. Like I don't know how people do that. I feel like people be hating on people like that, but it's just like, do you know how much skill that takes? But more power to them, I guess. But I'm feeling like with this Four of Cups and Four of Swords with the Nine of Cups, it's just this sense of like you're really defining to yourself what is a wish come true. Once again, with that whole like, who is my dream man? Who would make me happy? And maybe for some of you, like somebody that like you did go through a breakup with recently reached out to you, or they're trying to get back into your life. Especially it's like, since at the time of filming this, like it doesn't matter when you're watching this, it's timeless. But maybe at the time of filming this, this is in April, and so we do have a Mercury retrograde this month, and like obviously that can bring back people. And I do think that like for some of you, like maybe you've had an ex reach out to you again, especially with all like the aces we saw the Ace of Cups, we had the Ace of Wands, we also had the Ace of Swords. So I do think that there were offerings made, and that there were people that really wanted to meet up with you, and they were very patiently waiting for the perfect opportunity. But I do think that with the Judgment card and the Ten of Wands, I think that there are other things that are soliciting your attention. And I feel like your love life is just one of those things where like you're curious to see where it goes, and you're willing to just go with the flow with it. I feel like that's kind of like the narrative for this entire reading. Like it doesn't matter like who is watching this particular pile, it doesn't matter the circumstances. Like I do think that across the board, I will safely say that like all of you are going with the flow in some way, shape, or form, and you're not exerting too much control over your love life. And I feel like it's in the name of something more. It could just be that like you're too focused on like your finances, you're too focused on your home life, your family, your parents, something like that. And I'm just feeling like regardless of the case, like you guys are just completely invested in other things. But once again, I don't say that in the sense that like you are opposed to things happening in your love life. And you know what? If you are, just, you just are. But, if you, it's just like this energy of like, I'm not really interested, but if something were to come my way, like, hi, I don't know. I just think that this reading, it's like, it feels like the most laid back. I think that it's the most brief because you simply just are healing from something right now. You're letting go of a bunch of things, and it doesn't even have to be a breakup, It could have been something else. You could have literally just moved. You could have let go of a friend. You could have, lost something. It doesn't matter this context. It's just that like the point is that like you're trying to heal something, you're trying to let go of something, you're trying to deal with something, and you're trying to move about your life. But I do think that like it's pretty safe to say that there are people that are fancying you, and they see your self-investment, they see that you're healing. And be careful when people see that you're healing, pile 3. I'm not yelling at you, I'm just saying from personal experience, when you're healing, there are people out there that just like wanna like invalidate that. Be careful of energy vampires. And honestly, one tip and trick that I have for you, if you're around someone and you start getting really zoned out, or you leave that or like like you go home or something, you're away from that person now, like plans ended, and you feel just so drained and tired, and you just want to shower and lay in bed, you need to create space between you and this person. You need to get away from them. You need to keep them at arm's length, depending on who it is. They should not be around you at that time. They are an energy vampire. They are leeching off of you. It's not healthy. And I'm just saying that because like I feel like I allowed too many energy vampires into my life, and I was okay with it. And it's just like pile 3, I would hate that for that to happen to you. And it's just, maybe you knew that, maybe you didn't, but regardless of the case, I do think that it's like a relevant message in this reading. Just, you can go with the flow, and honestly, like it's pretty fun to go with the flow, I'm not gonna lie. But I also do feel like there are like consequences to being too lenient and being too easygoing, because the wrong person can take advantage of that go with the flow vibe. So And obviously, not to scare you, I'm not like threatening you, or I'm not like threatening you. I'm not like warning you or anything like that. Because like at the end of the day, I do think that you're competent enough to spot these people. I do think that like you're very smart, and you're very like, like intuitive and emotionally, like you're very good at emotionally navigating different situations. But like you're human like me, and I assume that like no matter how much you self-invest in yourself, sometimes we slip up. And just be careful. And I also feel as if though like it would be very good for you to like, this is just like a very random message I got, like random thought just popped up in my head. I feel as if though like with how much you are working right now, and with how much you are investing into yourself, don't forget about your physical body. Don't forget about like, like taking care of yourself. Get into skincare, get into all that. I recently just got back into skincare. Get into it, girl. Like you will literally not regret it. But all of this self-investment that I keep talking about, like people notice it. Don't act like people don't notice it. People are attracted to you. People are looking at you, and they're like breaking their neck. Like people look at you and they're like, wait a minute, and they look back at you. Okay, you look very hot right now. Like I'm like pile 3, maybe I'm attracted to you. Just kidding, just kidding, just kidding. It's not like that. It was just satire. Oh my god. But you just look good right now. And I feel as if though the patience that you are investing into your love life is definitely going to pay off, and you are going to see something really come from all of these endings in your life right now. It doesn't have to be like literal endings. It could just be like emotional endings, or like, like the end of a routine or something. It doesn't matter what the ending is, or this like the magnitude of it. It just matters that it's an ending, and some things have changed in your life probably. And just know that these changes are going to open up a lot more opportunities for you to meet more people, make more movement if you're invested in your love life. So yeah, that is all I have for you, pile 3. I'm feeling as if though like that's it for you. Like I feel like I could go on and on, but it's just like it would just be the same message, like reiterated differently. So if you like this reading style, do let me down below. Oh my gosh. Pile 3, I'm literally filming this the next day after pile 1 and 2, and I'm still making that mistake. Let me know down below, there we go, if you like this reading style, like the laid back, stripped back kind of vibe. Other than that, make sure to comment and like. I love you so much. Bye. Hello, pile 4. If you chose this amethyst point, I know the lighting, then this is going to be your love messages reading. I don't know what you, pile 4, but like I'm feeling like in like a weird mood, but like in a good way. I don't know. I'm feeling iconic. I'm feeling kind of iconic right now. Love messages for pile 4. I'm keeping today's reading pretty stripped back, pretty like, oh wow, haven't had that happen today. You got control and fun. So, as I was saying, like I'm keeping today's reading pretty stripped back, so I hope you enjoy it. Just been feeling like the laid back vibes of like just shuffling everything on camera, using fewer decks. But with the control card and the fun card, I'm feeling I'm not gonna lie, pile 4, maybe you guys are a little bit afraid of commitment right now, or like you're exerting too much control onto your love life, or like you're trying to keep it a specific way, or you're trying to like control other people. And I feel like that has like a really negative connotation to it. And like what I'm trying to say here is I'm feeling like you're trying to keep your love life pretty casual for the most part. I'm gonna pull one more card actually. Oh my gosh, true love. It seems as if though like your love life just, I'm picking up on a few messages. The first thing that I'm picking up on is I feel like for some of you, like maybe your love life has taken too much of a casual tone, or like it's just like, maybe you were having fun for a while. But I'm also feeling like with the true love card, maybe you guys are wanting, to find true love, or maybe you're like more interested in something more serious, and you're wanting your love life to be a specific way right now. I'm feeling like with the control card, it's just like, it doesn't have to be that you're literally trying to control other people. And, if that is the case, and that's just simply the case. But I also just feel like with the fun card, it seems as if though like you're trying to control everything and you're trying to micromanage things and like, you know, keep an eye on everything. And I feel like maybe some of you are expecting things to be a specific way. And I also feel like with the control card and true love, maybe some of you guys are also like obsessively trying to manifest someone, or you're really just trying, like, maybe you're watching a bunch of like how are they feeling readings, or you're trying to cast spells, or you're trying to, you know, manifest someone and things like that. And we've all been there, or at least I've been there. I don't know about y'all, but I'm feeling as if though that's something that you should release, and I feel like you should allow your love life to breathe. I'm feeling, you know, it's like it doesn't matter if you're actually trying to manifest somebody, or if you're literally just hooking up with people, or you're just trying to have fun. I feel like no matter what the narrative is here, it's important that you release a lot of the control freak tendencies you have towards your love life, in having it be a specific way, having people perceive you a specific way, or, you know, meeting a specific demographic of people, you know, just something about like putting filters on your love life and expecting it to be a specific way, or expecting to meet, you know, particular people. Just release all of these expectations for your love life, and release all of those, like, you know, like power plays. Because I'm not saying, you know, like let go of your standards, or like, you know, like lower your standards or something like that. I'm saying that like set your standards and let those things come to you. You know, you do not chase, you attract, period. But I am feeling as if though like your love life is just like a very complicated topic for you right now, pile 4. And I'm feeling as if though like a lot of you, it's just like it doesn't matter like the context, it's just like complications are present here. And what I mean by that is like, you know, even if you're like casually dating, or if you're trying to look for something serious, you know, it's just like it's very complex, and I feel like there's a lot more to it. I'm feeling like the tarot is going to really shine some more light on this. And I'm feeling as if though like maybe you feel very confused by your love life, and I feel like a lot of you can like, instead of looking externally for what you should be expecting, or what you should be wanting, or what you believe you deserve, or something like that, I feel like it would be very helpful for you to go inwards and really take a look at what it is that you truly want, and really define true love to yourself, so that, like, you know, if you're not looking for true love, it's like no matter what position you're in, it really helps you to define true love to yourself, and, you know, like at least get a hint of it. Because it's like, if you don't want true love, then you know what to look out for, you know what to avoid. If you are looking for true love, you know what to look for, you know how to manifest it, you know the steps to take, and you know who you're looking for, you know. It's just like, I feel like anyone and everyone can really benefit from what they see as love and what they want, and drawing all these lines and setting boundaries, you know. It's just like, it repels negative people, it repels energy vampires, it repels all the things that we don't need, and all the things that literally do not serve us, you know. And I'm feeling like you really shouldn't try to control external circumstances. Understand that you naturally are in control by defining things to yourself, and, you know, setting the expectations within yourself, you know? Because it's like right now, I feel like maybe some of you are letting the circumstances define you, or control you, or like, you know, like predict the future, you know? Like, for example, like, just because someone hasn't talked to you within like a few days, you're like, oh my gosh, like, they've lost feelings for me, they don't love me anymore, or something like that. Or like, oh my gosh, this person texted me after like our, you know, just date, they must have caught feelings, I wasn't trying to do all that, you know. It's just like all the wrong ideas, and like constantly thinking that something is more than what it is, or thinking something is different than what it actually is, and just like a lot of illusions, you know. And just like a lot of assumptions about other people's feelings, when in reality it's just like, I feel like maybe some of you don't even know how you feel. So yeah, let's get into the tarot and see like what's going on. Love messages for pile 4. Love messages for pile 4. And I do apologize if this reading is coming off as like really blunt, or like, you know, I just like speaking my mind. Love messages for pile 4. Love messages for pile 4. Alright, what do we got here? We have 2 of Pentacles. Let me move that here. No, because I want you to see it. I'll put it right there. The Empress, oh my gosh, amazing card. Page of Swords, Page of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, Six of Cups, King of Pentacles, and Eight of Cups. So I'm feeling for some of you, maybe you have left someone recently with the Eight of Cups and Six of Cups. Maybe some of you have recently broken it off, or someone broke it off of you, and maybe you've known them for a very long time, and there's probably a lot of feelings involved. And I'm feeling like with the True Love and Page of Swords, there's a lot of communication that has not been completed. There's a lot of things that have been left unsaid. And I feel like with the Five of Pentacles, pile 4, I'm feeling like a lot of you just like, maybe you feel very left out in the dark right now, or you feel like you don't have enough answers, or you feel as if though there's not enough context in your love life. Ooh, sorry, my throat got really dry. But I'm feeling like with this Five of Pentacles, like I feel like you feel left out. Like I feel like you've probably, with the Two of Pentacles, I'm feeling like you probably have like balanced a lot of things in your life, and you probably have dealt with a lot. I'm feeling like it's just a sense of like there's just so much that you've been focused on. There's so much that you've been having to juggle. There's just so much that you've been putting up with, emotionally, financially, career-wise, all of the above, I feel like there's just been a lot on your mind. Sorry, there's like this hair right here. It's bothering me. I'm feeling like there's just like a lot of things that have gone on outside of your love life, and that has definitely made you like take things out on your love life, because maybe you feel as if though like your love life's the only thing that you can control right now, or that it's the only thing that you can like get a hold of or influence. And I'm feeling like it's just like very unhealthy. And it's like, I don't mean to sit here and like call you out or like, scold you, because like at the end of the day, you're allowed to do what you want. And I do think that like regardless of what action you take, everything will kind of answer itself and everything will unfold naturally. But I'm also just feeling out this Five of Pentacles and Eight of Cups. It's just like some kind of falling out happened or something of the sorts, and it's just really stressed you out. And I'm feeling like the reason I'm telling you all these things and all these things that I'm like kind of scolding you about, pile 4, is just like so that you can move on, and so that you can properly heal, so that you can properly let yourself feel more abundant, let yourself feel like a lot less stress-free, and have more fun in your love life, I'm feeling, and we also see the Strings card right under this card. I'm feeling like you guys have probably been very afraid of commitment, or you have like a very particular relationship of commitment. And this could be because of several things. It doesn't really matter what it is. The point is that you may have like this aversion for commitment, or like this kind of like bitter taste left in your mouth because of a commitment. Page of Cups, I do feel as if though like you guys have had some surprises come up in your love life, both good or bad, or whatever you want to deem it as. And I'm feeling like a lot of you guys just like, there's a lot going on in your love life. I'm feeling like maybe some of you, like you've had random people reach out to you, or you've had people from your past reach out to you, or maybe new people. It doesn't really matter. The point is that maybe some of you have had like really weird surprises in your love life, that things that really caught you off guard. And I feel like with the Page of Swords, there is, and Page of Wands, there's this hesitance. There's this hesitance to like say something. There's this hesitance to do something about your love life and communicate something. Like once again, there's just like, there are things that maybe have been hidden from you, or things that have been like unclear to you. And maybe that's why like you kind of left things, like I always like see, like when I see the Eight of Cups, like the way the cups are stacked, it's very uneven. So because of that, it suggests emotional confusion. So maybe like very emotionally confusing situations, you've left them. But I feel like maybe because of that, it's left a lot of loose ends in your life. And I feel like these loose ends have like transmuted themselves into other aspects of your life, in the sense that like, I'm feeling like if you're talking to somebody and then you cut it off randomly, or they cut it off randomly, I feel like all of that emotional like confusion kind of stayed, and it kind of condensed into other aspects of your life. And maybe because of that, you feel lost in other areas of your life. And I'm just feeling like this is just like not a productive way for you to like go about your love life, or for you to like go about healing and going about moving on from different things in your life, whether it be love or career or whatever it may be, And I'm not saying this like that, like if you don't like practice better emotional hygiene. Like you'll never, like it's not like that. It's more of like being more honest with yourself and looking at things without rose-colored glasses on will really help you like relieve a lot of stress and see things for what they really are and save you a lot of like extra trouble, especially because I'm feeling like this confusion is also manifesting even more confusing situations or things that kind of like it's just a sense of like, oh wow, like this person texted me, we love the attention, and it's like, like that's fun and all, but like, is that really productive? Is that really helping your case? It's just like that small instant gratification isn't good for the longevity of your love life. It isn't good for the longevity of like your emotional health. But like, once again, it's like, if you were just to shed some of these bad habits, it would really expedite manifestations in your love life and make it a lot more clear and abundant. And with the Empress card, I just want to say, Pile 4, regardless of the case, it doesn't matter how much smack the cards and I talk to you. The reality of it is that you look good right now. The Empress card, it's pretty safe to say that like you are highly desired right now, and there are a lot of people that have their eye on you. And I'm sensing for some of you it could be an earth sign. There could be a particular figure in your life that has their eye on you. They could be a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Or you could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Just somebody who is very invested in you, somebody who sees you, somebody who's like, ooh, who is this? Because I do feel as if though Pentacles is like a more like longevity oriented suit, so it just suggests that somebody maybe out there really wants to commit to you with the Empress card. I'm not gonna lie, maybe for some of you this person wants to like have a child with you, or they want to like like create a child with you, or like impregnate you if you identify as like, or if you like are a woman or you're able to have a kid. And I'm feeling like for some of you, like, if that doesn't resonate, like there is just somebody that really just, they see you as all that, girl. Like they're just looking at you and they're like, oh my god, Pile 4 out here. They looking fine. They looking beautiful. We also have the Sun card here and the King of Wands. Wow. Beautiful cards. The Sun card leads me to believe that like maybe you've been having a lot of fun in your love life, and maybe this control energy that I keep picking up on isn't even bad. Maybe like you literally are in control of your love life right now. But I'm feeling as if though like releasing some of that control would bring back a lot of the much needed surprises in your love life and bring back the novelty in it, And what I mean by that is I feel like yes, being in control is fun, but sometimes it gets boring and also like very like stress inducing to be in control, and I'm sure you know what I mean, Pile 4. But I'm feeling like it's just like maybe the way, like maybe for some of you the reason why you're controlling situations so much is because of this downfall or like this falling out that you may have had with another person that you felt a lot of wholeness with. This could have been like soulmate energy, or you thought like this person was your soulmate. And I must say, Pile 4, I don't think that this person's necessarily done with you. I think that they very much still have feelings for you. They still see you as very beautiful and abundant. I just feel as if though there are a lot of smokes and mirrors right now. I don't think that anyone in this situation and anyone that is, including you, involved in your love life is just being clear about intentions or their feelings. I'm feeling as if though there's a lot of confusion and a lot of just like deception going on. And I think you know what I'm talking about, Pile 4. But yeah, with the Sun card and the King of Wands, there could also be a fire sign looking at you. It could be a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. And also we do have Venus here with the Empress card, so you could be a Libra or Taurus. Sorry, I don't know why my mind went blank. Particularly in the moon sign or the Venus sign. I'm feeling like you guys may have like a very like prominent Venus or moon sign, just something about that. That's for some of you, not all of you. And I'm feeling like with the Page of Wands, I'm also sensing that like maybe you're very curious about other aspects of your love life, Pile 4. I feel like maybe you want to meet someone different, or you want to like meet someone like that is just like, like just like meeting people for the sake of meeting people. You know what I mean, Pile 4? Like, I don't know, like I just sense like this fun, playful, casual energy, but I feel like this fun, playful energy is like masking something else. It's masking a more deeper rooted disappointment, a more deeper rooted hurt and pain. And I'm feeling like, like with all the earth here, I do feel as if though earth does do that, like Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, like Like, I feel like these signs like really play off their pain by like having fun or like throwing themselves into work. For some of you, you could be throwing yourself into work or like daily activities, you know? Like, so maybe you guys are like picking up extra hours at work, you're investing even more into work, or like you're just looking more at other things when it comes to like finances and stuff. Just something that is like taking your mind off of these things and really like keeping you occupied. But I'm feeling as if though like there's just like a deeper rooted problem in your love life, and this thorn or like this splinter, as I'll call it, is just like it's causing a lot of problems in your emotion, and it's causing a lot of dysregulations in your routines and how you perceive yourself and how you perceive your love life and how you go about your love life. Because I feel like, you know, like despite the fact that you are in control, once again, like I don't think that like just because you're in control doesn't mean that like you feel good or that like you feel satisfied. And I don't mean that to come off as like you're not happy or anything, pile 4. I very much do think that like you're having fun and that you are satisfied. But I feel like it's just like I feel like you're settling, you know? Like you could have so much more. You could have a lot more things, and you could have a lot more beautiful things in your life, because clearly there are people that would want like the literal world with you. There are people out there that kind of want a family with you, pile 4. I'm not even going to lie. Or you could want a family with somebody, you know? Obviously the energies can be vice versa. But I'm feeling like with the 6 of Cups, like you need to stop looking at different situations and different falling outs of rose-colored glasses. Understand that you are in control, and you don't need to exert that control constantly. You don't need to make power plays. You don't need to protect your ego so much. You don't need to throw yourself into other things to distract yourself from this. It's totally okay to feel. And just know that like there's a lot of good things coming towards you, but I feel as if though like you can really expedite how fast these good things come towards you by letting go of some bad habits and being more honest with yourself and letting yourself feel, you know. I'm also gonna pull some cards with this Empress card. Tell me about this Empress card. What is this Empress card? Oh wow, the Chariot popped out. Yeah, and Queen of Wands and the Hermit. Yeah, I'm feeling as if though like maybe you guys have been in a hermit energy. I also see the 9 of Swords. We see her. I do feel as if though there's an underlying anxiety of your love life. Maybe for some of you, it could be like, once again, like maybe this person that you had a falling out with, like you're really missing them. But I also feel like there are people that would want to move in with you. There are people that want to bring it to that next level commitment, you know. Just know that there are a lot of people that are coveting you, powerful. There are people literally frothing at the mouth for you. And it doesn't matter whether or not you indulge in these people, but just be aware that like if you do indulge with them, they are going to try to tie you down. They are going to try and lock you down in a relationship, in like a huge commitment, you know. And you know, if that's what you want, then go for it. But if that isn't what you want, this is a little warning and this is a little word of caution, because I am sensing that these people are very serious and that they would very much excuse. You see how like this card is like looking at the Empress card? That is 10 out of 10 the vibe. But with the Hermit card and Anxiety card, I do feel as if though like once again like you're probably just having fun in your love life. You're probably taking a more casual approach to your love life. But I'm feeling as if though like this is becoming boring to you, or it's not becoming as satisfactory, because I feel as if though maybe for some of you you're avoiding a situation with another person, or you're avoiding a situation. Doesn't matter if it involves another person or not. But I'm just sensing, pile 4, like if you are interested in seeing different like changes in your love life, if you're not happy with how it is right now, I'm feeling as if though like you can really take a look at the habits that you've been practicing when it comes to your love life and how you interact with potential admirers and love interests. And when you look there, like you'll notice a lot of behaviors and you'll notice a lot of things that you've been doing to run away from something. And for others of you, it's just like the sense of like understanding that like you are way more in control than you think, and you don't have to constantly exert that control with your words, with your actions, you know. You don't have to tirelessly try to like sway people or sway anything else, because these people, like, it doesn't matter what you do, they are very much obsessed with you. Be careful as to not take advantage of that for some of you. But you know, you're allowed to take a break, you're allowed to take a moment for yourself, and you're allowed to practice wholeness within yourself, because you ultimately are whole with or without another person. But I am sensing that like pile 4, like regardless of the case, you could be an earth sign, but I also feel like there is an earth sign that's really fancying you right now, really looking at you. There could also be a fire sign and an air sign, but you know, it doesn't matter what the case is. Pile 4, like, I'm just saying, like, it doesn't matter what you do with your love life, because I do think that the results will end up being the same. But I'm feeling like if you're tired of old cycles, if you're tired of history repeating itself, or you're tired of different things in your love life, or how things are turning out, or how you're handling things, like, you can make the changes within yourself and how you feel about things, and you can change your perspective. You can change how you go about things and how you approach different situations of potential admirers or potential love interests or anything related to that, and you will notice massive changes in your love life. Because like it's not about bringing it in at all, or like, you know, like if you don't change the way you are, then it won't come. It's just like if you don't change some things in your love life, like it will just manifest a lot slower. And you know, I don't feel as if though you're the kind of person that wants to wait around for that. But yeah, that's all I'm picking up for you, Pile 4. Thank you so much for watching. If this reading style, if you liked it, then make sure to let me know down below. That is the first time I'm saying that right. With the other piles, I said, let me down below. And I was like, girl, I literally yelled at myself in like all 3 piles for that. But yeah, let me know down below how you like the strip bag reading style. Other than that, thank you so much for watching again. I love you. Bye.